All right, the beginning of day 2, this fire burned for 2 full days. Sun is rising. Fire's beginning to cook. Decision was made to start laying a FOS check or retardant line from the top of the mountain down through Corral Canyon. Firefighters are taking a break. They've been there all night, maybe a couple hours sleep. They're having sack lunches. Many of these firefighters in a few minutes are going to be running for their lives. Here's a DC-4 coming in with 2,000 gallons. We call this painting the ridge, putting a retardant line underneath these homes. You'll see on the opposite side of the canyon the fire has fingered, what we call fingered, burned down irregularly into the bottom of the canyon. Very hazardous situation. Now this is early in the morning, approximately 8 o'clock. And as the day heats up and the sun gets on that fuel, it's going to begin to burn. Now we can see the citizens. They're all happy. But they should be very concerned, because this fire is not over. All right, the fire is beginning to make a run. Air tankers are still dropping. It's called FOS check. CL-215 coming in, making an uphill drop. See how that's white? He's added AAA foam to that. It allows it to soak in a little bit better.
Yes, Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills fire engine. You can see the outturns in front of us. Well, we don't get to see them too well. Let's take a look at all the looky-loos here on the ridge. The men in orange Nomex are incarcerated hand crews that we use in California. Again, the CL-215 going to come in and put some foam down here. Look in the bottom right-hand corner. You see the open flame down there? That is bad. That's a bad situation. There's almost no way of stopping that now, and it's going to come up out of there and make a run. It's going to go very fast, get off a lot of heat, and hopefully nothing's in its way.
Ooh, bingo.
Now these hose lines up on this ridge went down this fuel are going to do absolutely no good whatsoever, and they shouldn't be there. There's a good shot of the foam coming out. Drift right on there. This is home video, and this shows a homeowner shooting down below. We should encourage homeowners to dress properly if we're allowing them to stay in there. Here we have 6 firefighters that are in a draw. They're operating 2 1.5 and 1 3/4 inch. And we'll see they're putting down a lot of water, but they're in a very hazardous place. They should not be there. They're mid-slope, in a draw, or a chimney, if you will. This fire is going to come out of here, and we'll see the after effects of it in a few minutes. It is literally going to do what we call moonscape this. Burn it right down, and the land will look like the moon. These firefighters are going to have a near miss, what we call a near miss. They're going to have to make an emergency exit. They're going to have to run out as fast as they can. Okay, this fire is beginning to make a run up this canyon that we call Malibu Bowl. Right at this time, a strike team was going across the mid-slope road through a large draw and gets entrapped. And they're entrapped in that right now, where you see all that tremendous amount of energy coming up. 2 engines are entrapped. Several firefighters are going to be burned. Simultaneously, 3 other firefighters that were protecting a house just above the one where the home video was taken are also going to be entrapped. They're out on a point. They stay a little bit too long. They have to make an emergency exit. All 3 of them are going to be burned, 1 of them critically. Again, anywhere on that ridge is a bad place to be. You don't want to have unburned fuel between you and the fire. Now, when we're protecting structures, generally speaking, we have unburned fuel between us and the fire. All right, again, we're looking at some home video. We can see several engines backing out here along with the strike team leader. To the right of these vehicles, or to the right of the flame, about 250 to 300 feet, there are 2 engines caught mid-slope and they're being impacted by flame and heat. And 5 firefighters are being burned. These rigs are backing out. Narrowly missed being burned. Here comes this Sikorsky Sky Crane. He's dropping 2,300 gallons. Now this is going to float right on in and take the fight out of this fire and knock it down. And that stopped that fire. A medium helicopter is going to come along here in a minute and knock the rest of it out down below that drop. Right above this photo is where 3 firefighters are going to be burned in a matter of seconds. Right where the trees are on your left-hand side, they're running out of there. This shows a deck gun just below that location, and you can see the hand lines that we saw earlier down below the one house. Again, we're back on home video, and we're back in the house where we saw the civilian squirting water a little earlier.
I bet I saved it.
Yes, he says he bets he saved it. Okay, let's look down to where the firefighters were squirting. We'll see, we call this moonscape down there. The wood deck down below. That just didn't stay there by itself.
Some of the plants took a little bit of a beating in the heat. But everything, including the deck, miraculously.
Okay, the homeowner says it was miraculously saved. Yes, it was miraculously saved by firefighters going in there and just doing some real aggressive firefighting. Again, we can see the firefighters were just below this location where they were squirting water, and you can see the danger. If they'd have stayed in there, they would have been burned. Here again, what we'd want to do is stay out on the street or stay in the house. The house offers a tremendous amount of safety for our people. And then after the fire blows over, come out and put out anything that's still burning.